Hackers penetrate and ravage delicate, private, and publicly owned computer systems, infecting them with viruses and stealing materials for their own ends. These people, they're
Richard Gill, your hacker enemy #1, man.
Thank you, Mr.
You're a
Gill.
boner.
Yo, showtime! Showtime! Hey.
What's going on?
4, 3, 2, 1.
If you were a teenager growing up in the 90s and you were into computers and fashion and music, specifically electronic music, chances are you've seen this movie. In case you're still wondering what movie this is, it's Hackers, and it was released in 1995, and it was one of my favorite flicks of the time and still is today. It really encapsulated a lot of things that I was into back then and things that I'm still into today, like electronic music, skating, and of course, computers. An important element of cinema is timing, especially when it comes to theatrical releases. Now, as some of you might know, the internet, as we know it today, wasn't made public until the early 90s. This movie was released in 1995. So growing up as a teenager, I was introduced to the internet, its first iterations. So when I saw this movie, it was fascinating to draw parallels between what I had just discovered and what I was seeing on screen.
We have a zero bug attacking all login and overlay files.
Run antivirus. Give me a systems display.
Down one section 6 to 26. Nope, make that 10 to 40. And 1 to 6.
Die, dickweeds.
A rabbit is in the administration system.
Send a flu shot.
Rabbit, flu shot, someone talk to me.
Oh, this is a great scene, and one that really showcases graphically how they wanted to come across to the audience, because I think one of the major criticisms that this movie does get is the fact that how unrealistic it was. I mean, what did the audience expect, or what did certain people expect? Did they expect to have these guys sitting in front of a computer screen typing in code and expect that to be exciting? No, the creators of the movie, the writers of the movie, had to invent graphically, visually, an exciting way for the audience to digest the film. So I think it was executed geniusly, and at the time I didn't really see the movie playing out any other way. This scene will always be memorable to me because in my mind this is what solidified the idea that these guys were the real thing. I remember watching this at home, and I paused the movie, and I googled every single book that they're talking about in this scene. And they are real books, and maybe it just blew my mind at the time, but back then when I did that, it was fascinating to me, and I'll never ever forget that.
Pilot design. Yeah? The Red Book. NSA Trusted Networks. Otherwise known as the ugly red book that won't fit on a shelf.
The movie's main cast consisted of a group of young and upcoming actors, none of which had broken out into mainstream Hollywood just yet. There was Jesse Bradford as Joey, Lawrence Mason as Lord Nikon, Renoli Santiago as the Phantom Freak, Matthew Lillard as the infamous serial killer, Johnny Lee Miller as Dade Murphy, also known as Crash Override in Zero Cool, and last but not least, Angelina Jolie as Kate Libby as Acid Burn. I'm not going to give you the premise of the film, because I feel that would ruin it. You're gonna have to watch it. But I will leave you with this. If you're looking for a 90s movie that you can curl up, put your sunglasses on in the dark, grab some popcorn and a drink, and enjoy it like an episode of The Outer Limits, this one's for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
They're trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! 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 Hide the planet! Hide the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Hide the planet! Hide the planet!